Today's adventure begins as a recording of this Thursday, July 14th, 2022. I am in downtown Sevierville, which is just on the outskirts of Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, Tennessee. This is the hometown of Dolly Parton, where I will be starting here and making a 700-mile commute home to Celebration, Florida. I'm going home. It's been a while. Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here. I was not able to go to Dollywood this time around. I was only here for 2 days, 2 full days. Checked out my hotel this morning, stayed in Pigeon Forge, and now I'm going to be going from Tennessee to Florida in 1 day. Quite the commute. I will be moving very fast. I have to wonder if Dolly likes piping hot caffeinated beverages. In the past and around here, I have come in close proximity with Dolly Parton 2 times. The next time I see her, I'll ask her. We're not on a first name basis. I know her name, she has no idea who I am. Covering some ground. I'm inviting you, moving very fast, to join me. Shall you? And this was dedicated back in May of 1987. Not too many people on this earth who do not love Dolly Parton. She is beloved. She's awesome. Made my way over to Knoxville now. That is the Sun Sphere off in the distance. Home of the World's Fair from back in the day. It's peeking up over the foliage and the buildings. I'm gonna just get a little closer to it. Drive up here. Up now, it's gone. Years ago I was here and I took the elevator up to the top. It's pretty neat. There was a Simpsons episode where the Sun Sphere fell apart and the ball rolled off the top of it. Very unique looking item here at World's Fair Park. Kind of difficult to find parking down here, so I just pulled over this little turnaround at the hotel real quick. It's also interesting as the cars drive by, it's kind of a weird illusion up there as they go by, the angle of the reflections and whatnot. Of course, there's no cars driving by, so I can't really show a perfect example. Not gonna go up there. Got a lot of ground to cover. If it's even open. Who knows if it's even open now. But it's just one of those spots you gotta stop off at when in Knoxville, or passing through Knoxville. There's an elevator that goes all the way up to the top. Oh, Dad, can we go on it? No. Drove a little while longer, pulled over at a rest stop. I always like these rest stops. You don't have to veer too far off of the interstates and the freeways. Make up a lot of time. I always notice these parking areas with picnic tables. No one ever uses picnic tables. Well, no, I won't say no one, but it's rare. You'll see every once in a while, but it's pretty rare. This will be a moderately uneventful day. Spoiler alert, because it's going to be so many miles being covered. There's a cone over there. There were cones. But I always like to get out, stretch my legs, listen to podcasts, listen to music as I cruise along. You know, I like to do a lot of back roads, but I also like to make up some time when I'm trying to get home. I'm trying to get home. I just want to get home. Even with the soothing sounds of trucks behind me, you can still hear the insects in the trees. Okay, they've stopped. They've started again. It is going to be hot in Florida. I don't know if I'm ready for Florida summer. But it's definitely going to be happening. It's a pretty sweet van over there. It'd be good for road tripping. This is the I-75 South rest area here in McMinn County. I'm still in Tennessee, but soon I'll be going to be approaching the state line. Drove a little further and stopped off here at Mckays, where they have books, music, movies, and games, just outside Chattanooga. They're doing a little construction on it, but it appears to be open. I'm gonna stop in and see what I can find. Looks as if, even though they are open for business, have taken down the sign on the front. Doing a little update to the front of the building itself. I'm not really looking for anything in particular, but you never know what you're gonna find inside here. This has Enter written on the wall and up here. Should also be mentioned not to let the front of this place deceive you. This place is a real treasure trove of everything, whether it be collectibles, VHS, DVDs, CDs, vinyl, all kind of stuff, and books. It is a bookstore, but it has everything else. I spent a little more time in there than I wanted to. Thought I was gonna pop in real quick, but I ended up probably spending a half hour just perusing the aisles, and I got 2 items. Ended up getting Aliens on Blu-ray and a hard to find Tom Green film, which I've been looking for a while. I mean, I could probably order it online, but they had it in there for $3.95. And Aliens, but this isn't on DVD. I don't think the Tom Green film has ever been put out on Blu-ray, but I got it on DVD now, which is pretty cool. And now into Georgia, just crossed the state line. They're glad Georgia's on my mind. Another rest stop and visitor center. I always look at these hotel motel discount coupons and wonder if anyone ever opens these up and utilizes these. You know, there's a lot of different apps and a lot of different websites you can use to book hotels. Everyone has a smartphone now. What is the percentage of people that open this up and utilize these? Must be some, because they're still out here. Also, well, you got the bugs making all the noise. I gotta say, the lawn maintenance person over there who just parked in the shade, let's commend them on the grounds out here. Very nice lawn. So noticeable that I just had to point it out. Now, this is kind of interesting. They have these little movie posters up there. Stranger Things 4, Jungle Cruise, Jumanji. I'm gonna guess these are all things that were filmed in Georgia. Like Stranger Things is filmed around the greater Atlanta area. And I guess maybe Jungle Cruise was as well. That's my best guess on why those are there. And over here you can step into a scene. Take a photo and step into this scene. If you want that beautiful waterfall behind you there with that stork flying by. I think I'm gonna try this. Does it look like I'm standing in the waterfall? I am knee deep in a waterfall right now. It's a good illusion. I put myself in the scene. I did it. This is the skull of some sort of prehistoric creature with sharp teeth. Here's like a miniature dino in here as well. This tree limb on the back of this truck has hitched a ride. Got a hitchhiker here. The form of a tree limb. Way to go, tree limb. Way to go. Now doing a little fueling up, which is probably one of the least expensive places I've gotten gas in a while. Here at this Buckies. Take a look at the price. I mean, it's not cheap, but it's less than other places. $3.87 per gallon. This is the town of Calhoun. These Buckies are popping up everywhere. I've never been to this one. There's so many Buckies now, I can't keep track. I just spent the last couple days in the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area, and the rumor is that the largest Buckies will be opening there in the future. That's something to look forward to. It's going to be pretty exciting that the world's largest Buckies will be in the greater Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg area. That'll be neat. I always love walking through these stores. Look, there is the beaver here on the front of this classic truck alert. When the St. Augustine, Florida store and the Daytona Beach store opened, by the way, I ended up getting the orange creamsicle, which is, man, I could consume so much of that. It's the most tasty beverage. The Buckies orange creamsicle, which is kind of like a 50-50 kind of bar. But when they opened up the St. Augustine one, which I think at the time was the largest, and then they opened up Daytona, which superseded the other one, that became the largest. I'm showing a little bit of a haul here. I looked up to see if it was a publicly traded company to buy stock, because I thought they're going to start doing really well, but it's not a publicly traded company, so someone like me cannot buy stock in the company, even though it's growing by leaps and bounds. I went with a 4 ounce of Bohemian garlic. I won't have any vampires coming after me because of the garlic. 4 ounces made from solid strips of beef. I'm going to try these. I've never tried these before. Buckies Nuggies white cheddar. Oh yeah, but this here, the orange creamsicle, oh, it is so good. Pulling through Atlanta now. Get a little Atlanta traffic. Not stopping off here, just passing through. And right up in that area, Peachtree area, it's where they have Dragon Con every year and will again this year. Stopped off now here at Hamlin Hills in Forsyth, Georgia. Nice little stop off of I-75. In fact, most of this very lengthy commute is on Interstate 75. There's a Winnebago over there. Tractor off in the distance. And the closer and closer I get to home, the more excited I'm getting. Sometimes when I get tunnel vision, even though I'm hundreds of miles away, I just know, keep going, gonna be there soon. When I am nowhere within, well, let's just say striking distance of home, I have no temptation or desire to go home. That's why I can stay out as long as I do. But once I start getting in the general vicinity and start seeing things that are kind of close, that's a neat little boat over there. All bets are off. It's just kind of like, just get there. That's the mode I'm in right now. There's a helicopter here. In fact, when I was walking down this hill, I was looking at the mushrooms that are there on the ground. There's like a patch of mushrooms. And then right here, pretty close to my head, was this blade. In fact, I can reach up and touch the blade. Look at this. Oh my gosh, it's hot. A Georgia sun is toasty. I would imagine the Florida version of the sun will not be any less cool. I've almost forgotten what it's like to be in Florida. Just shy of 3 months I've been gone. Not quite 3 months, but almost. That's a long time to be gone from a place you live at. Look at this plane just nosedived into the ground. And this old farm equipment too. Classic car alert. There's also a 1966 Bronco right here. They make it very, very clear that this is a smoke-free farm. Got an old Gulf gas station sign up there and a bunch more farm equipment over here, these tractors. And something that you'd see Barney Fife driving around Mayberry in. This is Monroe County, or at least it says so on the side of that door, so I would just assume that Forsyth is in Monroe County, Georgia. It's written here right on the side. There's a sheriff's car, even has the star. Inside the little gift shop here, there's a ram down here at the end. Big horned ram. How's it going? Kind of hiding in the shadows, lurking in the darkness, ram. There you are. Look like you belong on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Now it's very difficult to compete with Buckies for cleanest restrooms because they are #1. But this one says it was voted cleanest outhouse in Georgia. And any of the rules that you need to follow here, pick a seat that fits your backside, put it back clean, K-L-E-E-N, when you're done, D-U-N. Starting to rain a little bit now, a little shower coming down. Not too bad, but it's kind of nice. A little light rain as I cruise down 75 south. Big the Foot's enjoying it also. Okay, I can see better. And since this is an interstate day, nice little tie-in up here. This bust of, let me get through the puddle first, of Eisenhower, who we can thank for creating the interstate highway system, which began in Georgia. Adjacent to this site, created a vital link that has united the country, provided the backbone of support necessary for sustained economic growth, provided the U.S. strongest economy in the world while affording the citizens international marketplace. And we have Dwight D. Eisenhower, for his administration, to thank for the interstate system. Here in Tift County, outside of Tifton, you can see the seal there, Tift County, 1905. More inscriptions there on the side. Senator Deneen Stanford and Division Highway Engineer Earl Olson also had a hand in it. Dedicated to Dwight D. Eisenhower, whose wisdom and foresight launched the interstate highway system in America, quote, the greatest transportation miracle of all time, Wayne Shackelford said that. You know, in a lot of ways I love the interstate because you can get to point A to point B quickly, but I also despise it because it really was the demise of a lot of small towns, a lot of rural back roads, and communities that could not get tourists traveling through their small little villages, towns, and cities. So while a blessing to get somewhere very quickly traveling by vehicle, there also is a negative aspect to it. And there are perfect examples of that, you know, of course, on my travels and whatnot. Route 66, a perfect example. If you've ever seen the Pixar film Cars, it goes into great detail of all that in animated form. But that's kind of a good example of how the interstate and freeways kind of make highways, byways, and back roads less traveled, which ends up making them kind of desolate in a lot of ways. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. Get somewhere faster, and then also some of the small towns just are forgotten about. That's right, Big the Foot. Most of the time I steer clear of the interstate, but today is an exception. I had a lot of ground to cover. Still got a ways to go. Still got a ways to go. I'm gonna grab a bite to eat at Bojangles. I'm almost to the Florida state line. I'm in Valdosta right now. Little Bojangles. All right, it's bow time. Just trying to order. It's funny going through the drive-thru and the weed eaters that are outside. Still kind of hear them. They basically got their version, put the napkins in here, their version of chicken tenders. They got 5 chicken tenders right down in there. A little snack for the road. And the fries are pretty good. I think Bojangles is a Georgia place. I think they have them in Florida, but I think it's like a Florida, I think it's like a Georgia thing. Next level flavor. I'm gonna dig in. All right, continuing on. Now, even though I am 210, 211 miles, give or take, from my place in Celebration, Florida, it's very long. Kind of like California is a very lengthy state. Florida is a very lengthy state. So when you cross the state line, not necessarily right there, it is still pretty dang exciting. And it's also a little later than 5 p.m. So the visitor center here at the state line is closed up. It closed at 5. Usually you can get free orange juice and grapefruit juice. I think, not even grapefruit juice, I think just free OJ in there. And they have a bunch of pamphlets and flyers and things promoting the state. But right now it's 7:03 and they closed at 5. Gas round 2 here at the Circle K is $4.12 a gallon. I'm 167 miles from home. And I also went in the store and picked up this candy bar. This is the last road trip snack of this current road trip, lengthy road trip. You know, I never had one of these, or don't recall having one of these until about a month ago. I tried one for what I can recall as the first time. And now I'm disappointed that I hadn't tried one sooner. These are amazing. Anyway, I picked up a Payday Bar. It's pretty good. All right, moving on. There is a rainbow. Tough to see, but there is a freaking rainbow. Central Florida, usually I will take either 75 to the Turnpike, which is what I'm doing now, about to connect with the Turnpike here in Ocala, and also take 95 south, goes through Jacksonville, down through St. Augustine, Daytona. But when I take 75, This is when I know I'm close to home, right here at this rest stop that is shaped like a snake. Now it's tough to see it, but up here is a snake head that kind of peeks out. Oh, I definitely tell I'm in Florida, hearing those insects. You can even see the little snaky tongue. Snaky eyeball, snaky tongue, forking down right there onto 75, which connects with the turnpike, which leads into the greater Orlando area and Celebration Kissimmee. I usually don't have any problem driving 550, sometimes even 600 miles a day, stopping and filming. Didn't really film a lot today, it was more about the drive. When you're getting in these 700 plus a day, that's a long time to be on the road on one day and trying to put an episode together. But I'm almost home. I think it is now hailing. I think it's just small hail, it's not like big hail. It's definitely clanking against my car. Ah, Florida. I've returned. The person in front of me has their emergency flashes on. Yeah, it was like hitting my car. I was like, that was hail. Look at the lightning too. I love it. About 10:45 p.m. right now. I think I started driving around 8:45 a.m. I have arrived. Celebration, Florida, 700, give or take, miles today. I'm pretty exhausted. I'll see you in the next video. I'm not going into a hotel. Not a hotel tonight. The vlog is over.